We are by no means great welders, but I'm actually pretty stoked on how these butt welds are coming out. 1 mil to 1 mil, getting those consistent beads down. It's looking really clean. And thus, welcome back to the garage, welcome back to the STI series.
We're working currently on the reinforcement and brackets for the STI today. It's not NASA level engineering, to be honest, but for a home build, the fitment and the quality matter to us. We're taking our time to get it right, so let's get it right.
So, the inner rocker panel cover was fully fabricated in-house. We left it intentionally a little bit too long, but now that the straight section is welded in and we're about to lock in the curved section with these brackets, it's time for some clearance.
That's slightly terrifying. Wait for me, guys, I'm gonna go get my eye shield. I am adventurous, but I'm not insane. Not that insane.
First we needed to strip back the clamps, then it was time to trim that inner sill cover down to the exact measurement of the 2mm inner sill itself. Quick side note, my small angle grinder decided to give up on me right when things got serious. Sometimes these tools just don't have the stamina. Luckily, the big one stepped up and saved the day. There it is, the fitment is finally starting to look exactly the way we planned it. Let's get to welding the brackets.
So next step will be tack welding in the brackets. So when we close the weld on the round sill reinforcement, we have enough structural rigidity to support it. This car is on fire. No, literally. Step 1, support welds done. So you've seen us grinding down the tack welds for the brackets. Next step is drilling those 6mm holes that are already in the brackets a little bit deeper into the sill. Why are we doing this? Last time, when connecting both sill panels, the straight one and the inner one, we had issues with the metal not fusing good enough. So now, with drilling and while drilling, grinding down, opening up the metal surface, we hopefully have a better, stronger weld and connection, and this baby will hold. So, fingers crossed. And back to sanding.
Now that everything is measured up, it's time to clean up the mess. We're using the big grinder with a flat disc to knock down the high spots on these brackets until they're perfectly flush. Once the surface is clean, we move on to the final weld, locking these brackets directly onto the round sill. And because we don't want any rust creeping in between those layers later on, we're finishing it off with a heavy coat of weld-through primer. It might look messy for a second, but it is the only way to ensure this thing stays solid for the long run. And that's what we're in for.
The current step is to stitch weld, tack for tack, the whole sill down there. In other news, I've got a new German lesson for you guys. The trick here is to start the new tack weld on the old one and let the material dissipate into both panel sides. If you miss the tack before, the wire goes through and pokes out on the inside. On the inside. On the inside. Which is where our today's German lesson comes in handy. Einen Igel bauen. To make a hedgehog. Which literally means poking the welding wire through the metal so much that the inside looks like a hedgehog. This was today's lesson of things you never need and you never thought you would learn. It has been a long evening of a lot of welding, grinding, sanding, and a lot of arm burns. In all seriousness. Without any promises, guys, today's aim was to weld in the rounded sill reinforcement. We set out to do so, and we did so, which makes me proud. Thanks to Adrian behind the camera and behind a lot of the tools that were used today. Next time, it's on the rocker cover, which will be a whole another different kind of animal. But today's big win is the quality, although it's a hobby job, the quality of the things we did here. So if you liked our work, if you liked watching us, consider subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked hanging out with us in the garage, and we'll see each other next week in the next video.